Now, the civil defense organization known as the White Helmets released these photographs and have described it as a toxic gas attack. They said many people were choking and some also had foam coming out of their mouths. The Syrian regime has repeatedly denied using chemical weapons. Well, for more, let's cross live now to TRT World's Shamim Chowdhury. She is in Gaziantep near the Turkey-Syria border. Hi, Shamim. The number of those killed continues to rise. Give us a clearer picture of the scale of this attack.
Well, given that, as you say, the numbers are continuing to rise, this is an attack that seemingly, we are told, happened quite recently, then it would seem that this is an attack on quite a large scale. Now, chemical attacks are often reported to be carried out mainly in the province of Idlib, around the town, the city of Hama region as well. But more often than not, people are injured, not killed. So given that we know that at least a couple of dozens or so been killed so far, and also about 100 or so have been injured, mainly due to suffocation, and are being treated, then we can expect this to be quite a large, an attack on quite a large scale. Now, as I say, these attacks are quite frequent. They are reported mainly by the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, which is an activist monitoring group based in London. We know that the regime often carries these attacks out, and the chemical that it uses most of the time is chlorine, but it would seem as things develop in Khan Shaykhun that this can be, we can expect this to be quite a serious attack.
And we know it's not the first report of chemical attack, particularly on rebel-held areas. But what can be done in response? Well, realistically, Andrea, if we go by what's been done in the past when attacks like these have happened, is quite frankly very little. Now, the largest attack was back in August 2013, when at least 1,000 people also were killed in eastern Ghouta, which is just east of the capital Damascus. And the UN did carry out an investigation, and it concluded back in September that sarin gas had been used, and the attack had been tantamount to a war crime. However, it didn't blame any particular side. It did conclude through its investigations, it did environmental, medical and scientific investigations, that some of the military armor hardware used was made in Russia. Despite this, it didn't point the finger at any particular group. It didn't come to any kind of conclusions about who carried out the attack, even though, as I say, it was described as a war crime. So given that, then the realistic situation that we're facing here is that it may well be the case that independent bodies such as the UN or other bodies do carry out investigations, but whether there's any concrete evidence at the end of it, it would seem apparently not. Okay. Shamim Chowdhury joining us there from Gaziantep. Thanks so much for that.